The premiere of Marty Supreme unfolded like a spectacle that had been building pressure for weeks. And when the night finally arrived, everything burst into a level of excitement rarely seen even in Hollywood. Fans packed the sidewalks long before the event began, forming dense lines of anticipation that vibrated with murmured conversations, distant music, and the flashing lights of vendors trying to capitalize on the crowd. As the sun lowered itself behind the skyline, the warm, fading light cast a gold sheen over the theater entrance, and the red carpet rolled across the pavement like an invitation to history. Every second that passed deepened the tension, as if the air itself knew something extraordinary was about to happen. Nobody could say exactly what they were waiting for, but the collective intuition was unmistakable. Something, or someone, was going to define the night. That sense of expectation reached its climax the moment Timothée Chalamet stepped out of the car. The reaction was explosive, the kind of sound that feels like a physical force pushing against the body. Shouts, screams, camera flashes, all of it collided in a chaotic but thrilling wave. Chalamet stood for a moment, as if allowing the crowd to take him in, his tailored suit catching the surrounding light just enough to emphasize the sharp lines and subtle sheen of the fabric. He carried himself with a calm confidence that didn't feel forced or rehearsed. It felt natural, a signature ease that made him appear as though he belonged exactly where he was, at the center of a modern cinematic storm. Each step he took, each turn of his head, each lift of his hand created a ripple of renewed excitement across the barrier of fans. But the energy doubled, intensified, and almost combusted when Kylie Jenner emerged beside him. Her gown sparkled like molten metal, hugging her figure with sculpted precision and flowing with every step she took. The light bounced from her dress in a way that made her appear almost unreal, as if she had stepped out of a frame designed by an artist rather than a stylist. She moved slowly, not out of hesitation, but with deliberate poise, giving the crowd and photographers enough time to fully absorb her presence. Her hair, her makeup, her calm and unmistakably controlled expression, all of it contributed to an aura of polished power. The crowd reacted instantly. Phones lifted. People screamed her name. Journalists scrambled to capture the perfect angle. Even those who typically kept their composure at these events found themselves whispering, pointing, or simply staring. What made the night unforgettable, however, was not just their individual appearances, but the moment the two of them stood together. Something shifted in the atmosphere, something subtle but unmistakable. Their chemistry was not loud or exaggerated. It was quiet, relaxed, and almost intimate in its simplicity. They smiled at each other with an ease that suggested familiarity rather than performance. When they leaned in for photos, the alignment of their posture and the synchronicity of their expressions created a visual harmony that felt almost cinematic. It wasn't forced, nor was it overly polished. It was effortless, the kind of natural energy that makes people stop and stare without fully understanding why. The photographers responded like a coordinated unit, shouting instructions, begging for one more moment, one more pose, one more glance. The flashes were so rapid and intense that the scene illuminated in stuttering bursts of white light. It was clear from the frenzy that something special was unfolding right in front of them, something that would dominate headlines, social media feeds, and public conversation long after the premiere ended. And the duo didn't disappoint. Every small gesture, every look, every slight repositioning seemed to intensify the moment rather than diminish it. It was rare to see two figures, each powerful individually, merge into a shared spotlight without either overshadowing the other. Even after they entered the theater, the electricity lingered. Conversations inside buzzed with excitement as attendees took their seats. People whispered observations, replayed moments, compared reactions, and speculated about what their arrival signified. The film's creators took the stage to introduce the movie, but the atmosphere still vibrated with the aftershock of what had happened outside. Even in the dim lighting of the theater, heads turned toward where Chalamet and Jenner sat, as if the audience couldn't entirely shift focus away from them. Once the film ended and guests spilled back into the cool night air, the premiere transformed into a second wave of chatter, excitement, and speculation. The movie was praised, analyzed, and discussed, yet nearly every conversation found its way back to the red carpet moment. People debated the significance of their joint presence, commented on their fashion choices, described how the crowd reacted in real time, and shared the clips that were already beginning to go viral. And online, the reaction was even more intense. Video edits appeared within minutes. Millions of views accumulated in less than an hour. Fans dissected every angle, every glance, every subtle movement. The premiere wasn't just an event anymore. It had become a living, evolving spectacle spreading across every platform. By the time the night ended, one truth had settled into the collective consciousness. The premiere of Marty Supreme had been transformed into something bigger than itself. It wasn't just about the film, or the glamour, or the carefully curated Hollywood machinery. It was about a moment that felt alive, electric, and culturally significant. Timothée Chalamet and Kylie Jenner had created an atmosphere that didn't just capture attention, it rewired the entire flow of the evening. Their presence didn't overshadow the event. It elevated it, reshaped it, and sent it into a realm where premieres become stories, and stories become moments that people revisit again and again.